Guys, gals, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name's Hotshot. I'm here back at you with some more Black Ops Cold War news from Treyarch. We are literally hours away from launch. It's currently 6:15 PM UK Standard Time, British Standard Time. Literally about 6 hours away from global launch. And I am absolutely pumped for Call of Duty Cold War. Now, I am going to be live on Twitch tomorrow at 10 AM British Standard Time for 12 hours, ladies and gentlemen, up until 10 PM British Standard Time to go through and play on launch day Call of Duty Cold War. Now, I'm going to leave the link in the description, and if you want to come and hang out with me, obviously that's absolutely fine, but we will be posting Cold War content here on the YouTube channel as well. Okay, so last night, Treyarch released a dev diary blog post on their website as I got into bed. Now, I thought I'll cover it the day before release. I'll post this tonight as well. So basically what this article is about is Treyarch confirming what they've changed since the beta was released, and it goes over some multiplayer stuff as well as fire team stuff like the 12v12 modes of Dirty Bomb as well as zombies, and some frequently asked questions, and then Treyarch's answer to those questions. So here we go. In addition to an incredible single-player campaign led by our partners at Raven Software, we are all new Dark Ether Zombies co-op experience, and the latest chapter in the fan-favorite Dead Ops Arcade series will be delivering plenty of new multiplayer content on launch day in Black Ops Cold War. Starting on day one, you'll have new maps to play, more modes, core and hardcore playlists, new weapons and creator class content, more perks, more score streaks, and a new seasonal prestige system, which we did mention in the last Call of Duty news video we did, which was going over some of the stuff that Charlie Intel had put out. So for multiplayer, and also we are going to have some details for audio and stuff as well coming out at launch. So multiplayer wise, additional modes added since the beta. Search and Destroy, this is a big one for the OG fan base. Search and Destroy, free for all, and then obviously you got your hardcore versions of TDM, Dom, Kill Confirmed, Search and Destroy, and free for all. So for Dirty Bomb, they've added some new features. So I've added rappel lines to the map Alpine, as well as ammo caches to Ruka and Alpine. Players now continue sprinting while equipping armor plates. This is now being put in line basically with how the Warzone system works. Players will now automatically be deployed after 15 seconds in the overhead spawn view. Now, when I was playing this in the beta, I find this pretty useful because you got to keep an eye on your screen and stuff. But you know, if you're checking your phone or whatever whilst you're waiting for you know, for you to spawn back in, then there you go. Both the down player and player reviving will be locked in place during a revive to avoid the revive from failing. The ability to call for help, so basically it has to be rezzed. Added support for bashing a door when beginning to sprint next to a door. Basically, again, that's brought in line with a Modern Warfare system and Warzone system, where as you're sprinting, it goes straight through the door, which is lovely. That obviously wasn't in the beta. You had to stop sprinting to open the door with your action button. And a couple adjustments to objective placements and stuff like that. Radiation, arm in progress. Will now display on the charge when arming the bomb. When arming, lights on the charge will now show how many teammates are assisted in arming, so you don't know. Sometimes if your friendlies are out of sight, then you can't see that, so that's a good visual improvement. As well as safety, while inside the radiation zone will no longer point players towards out of bounds, which is nice. Loot, radiation vest added to the loot pool. This vest will prevent the wearer from taking radiation damage inside of radiation zones. The combat bow, VTOL escort, cruise missile, and gunship added to the loot pool. Basically, they're all score streaks, obviously both usable in multiplayer and zombies. It's also adjusted item spawn rates to reduce higher end score streak frequencies. Adjusted some vehicle frequency stuff and things. Obviously the ping system has been added to that now. Miscellaneous made adjustments to the intro scene, outro scene, Kill cams and best players will now prioritize downs instead of cleanups. Very nice, because that was a big thing in the beta where you just see people get play of the game for killing people who are already down. Bug fixes. Now, if you want to go ahead and read these, feel free to pause the video now. I don't really want to go over too many of the bug fixes, just wary of time for this video. So again, like I say, if you want to read this, go ahead and pause the video. So VIP escorts, player can now quick deploy parachute in Crossroads and Armada in VIP escorts. This is pretty cool. So the VIP is now taken into the helicopter by a winch operator up on exfil completion. And now this is a big one. I read this very briefly last night and I scanned through it. The exfil notification is now triggered when the VIP gets near an exfil chopper in order to give the defending team more time to react. So basically what that means is that when you get the audio ping, they're not actually exfilling, but it kind of gives you the haste to be like, okay, they're in that area, let's go, sort of thing. Upon getting near the exfil site, the helicopter will begin lowering the fast rope, and all players in the match again will be notified that the exfil process has begun. So instead of it being the rope is already down and they just need to hold square for a bit, they have to get there, the rope has to come down, they have to put on their carabiner and then obviously go up into the helicopter. And again, once the fast rope is lowered, they can interact with the rope to hook up. So in combined arms as well, players can now quick deploy parachute in combined arm game modes where it is applicable. This is a cool one. New weapons. So they've confirmed what new weapons they're going to be bringing in. Add newer weapons in multiple categories, so the FFAR, which is basically the FAMAS assault rifle, the Bullfrog SMG, the M60 LMG, the DMR-14 tactical rifle. I assume that's like probably going to be a variant of the M14, and then the M79 special launcher and more. So obviously there are going to be more on launch, they just didn't want to confirm all of them. And weapon balances, this is very good. Tuned for assault rifles, they've tuned general assault rifle performance closer to the Krieg 6 and XM4 beta performance for better balance across the class and increased AK-47 recoil. SMGs, this is a big one because I used to run around with the MP5 in the beta and it used to laser people at distances. As you can see, reduced SMG effectiveness at longer ranges to counter the dominance of the class seen in the beta. So there, Treyarch are basically confirming that it was kind of overpowered in the beta. So they've tweaked that. LMG damage output increased that, but made it slower to ADS. Adjusted aim assist for sniper rifles to feel smoother yet require more skill and precision, and I think that's something that works quite well. Slightly increased sniper ADS times, and sniper scope glint will now display more regularly. In the beta it was a bit here and there, so that's nice. Again, they've done some things with the pistols, decreased burst fire accuracy and reduced burst fire pistol max damage range. Shotguns, they've reduced semi-auto shotgun fire rate because the SPAS was insane. Launchers, slightly increased inner damage of rocket launcher to allow for lethal damage when placed precisely, and then melee, slightly reduced sprint speed with the knife equipped. And then they talk about some recoil and sight alignment. Again, if you want to read through that, that's absolutely fine. Go ahead and pause the video now. So with aim assist, adjusted a number of aim assist parameters to provide a more expected feel across weapon classes. So with ADS, adjusted ADS transitions to make them feel smoother and more fluid, which is nice. Adjusted ADS sway to provide more dramatic feel while reducing weapon rotation. An adjusted weapon pushback when firing in ADS to address cases where optic models could get too close to the player camera, obviously making you lack a bit of FOV. Attachments, additional attachments, basically more attachments, and they balanced some of the attachments as well, with barrels and muzzle velocities and stuff like that. Updated names, descriptions and statistic categories for weapons to provide a clearer picture of functionality and authenticity. Dual wield, you can dual wield pistols now. Primary weapon levels, you can upgrade a primary weapon to level 55, which is kind of like what we saw in Modern Warfare, and increased use of use radius of stationary turrets, so how big the angle is for you to pivot with that. With sliding, this is a big one, so it's shortened the slide length and it's reduced the slide speed. So sliding is intended as an escape mechanic or quick entrance into crouch or cover. It's not intended to be overused during engagements or to be too advantageous in close quarters. We've shortened the slide length and reduced its speed to address these goals. And then ending a sprint to fire is now faster than sliding to fire. So in the beta, it was faster to fire a weapon from a sprint by sliding than by simply ending your sprint to fire. So basically, if you saw an enemy and you was running, you would then slide, then shoot. But what they're saying now is that you would probably slide, go into the run, then stop sprinting, then shoot, basically to make it more advantageous that way. Making it quicker to mantle over objects, and again they've said what they're going to add in additional score streaks, so the combat boat, armor, care package, crew missile, VTOL escort and a gunship, and the earn rates. So they've increased score event tuning and score streak earn potential across all modes. Increased score bonus thresholds at 10 kills and 15 kill streaks to make high streaks feel more rewarding and to help boost score to higher end score streaks. So it basically works like a multiplier basically. In the beta, score streaks were being earned more often than intended in several game modes. So we've made tuning adjustments to bring the overall earn rate down. On the other hand, because even top players were having a hard time getting to the highest score streaks, we've increased the score bonus thresholds for higher kill streaks. Attack helicopter increased damage from a 5-hit kill to a 3-hit kill. Chopper gunner slightly reduced chopper gunner duration and damage. Balance adjustments to all score streaks. A couple of user interface updates. Score streak tablet cursor speed. Added a numerical display next to the score streaks. Cooldowns added variation to score streak cooldowns to allow for more interesting play choices and strategy, while also reducing low-end score streak spam. Updated score streak selection, updated descriptions, and improved rumble or camera shake on score streak events. General spawn adjustments, and enemies in gunboats will now probably cancel spawns within their line of sight, which is nice. New perks, flak jacket and paranoia, so reduced damage by 5%. So right, this is not saying flak jacket is just explosives. This is saying all damage by 5%. And paranoia updated the sound for when an enemy is aiming at you with the paranoia equipped. And then equipment, improved frag throwback speed. Cooldown increased from 8 to 11 seconds on the stim shot, which is like your stim basically from Modern Warfare, and your decoy grenade reduced from 20 to 15 seconds. It will also play a static sound every few seconds, so attentive players can discern fake footsteps from real ones, which is very nice because footsteps are a big thing in this game so far. Field mic listening radius increased by 10%, which is nice. Gives you a bigger FOV on your mini-map, showing you where enemies are walking or running by. But in addition to this, they've also increased the cooldown from 3 minutes to 3.5. So this upgrade comes at a cost, basically. And here we go. So added military ranks up to 55 in standard player progression. Added seasonal prestige player progression beginning at launch after completing rank 55. Challenges for campaign multiplayer and zombies. Unlockable weapon camos are now in. Player and weapon customization is now available. The combat record theater is here. The combat record and theater mod is here, as well as multiplayer bot support. You can now do finishing moves as well as inspect your weapon. That's pretty cool. And then audio, I'm gonna go through the audio. If you want to read through this, feel free to pause the game here. And again here for this little bit down here. So they've got some pre-launch frequently asked questions. We've also received plenty of feedback and questions since the open beta that we'd like to address as we ramp up to launch, including several questions from the zombie community. Read on below. So let me just take a swig of my cappuccino here. That is impeccable. What can I say? So will movement, spawns and sniping continue to be nerfed as after launch is needed? Absolutely. Just as we've gathered data and feedback from the alpha and beta to help inform further changes to movement, map spawns, weapon tuning, player visibility, score streaks and so on, we'll continue to gather data after launch and beyond to continue to provide the best experience for all players. Are more free maps coming after launch? Now, we did briefly mention this on our last video. So Treyarch is saying yes, we have a massive lineup of post-launch content planned, starting with Nuketown 84 on November the 24th, and more new maps arriving with Season 1, which kicks off on December the 10th. So watch for more info on everything in store for Season 1 as we get closer to December. So how will Black Ops Cold War integrate with Warzone at launch? At launch, you'll be able to jump into Warzone from the front end menu in Black Ops Cold War and use any of the operators you've unlocked in Black Ops Cold War in Verdansk, including any earnable and unlockable skins. Starting in Season 1 in December, weapons from Cold War will be accessible in Warzone, as well as new seasonal prestige progression system, allowing players to level up and progress toward prestige levels across both games. We're also bringing a classified Warzone experience to Verdansk starting in Season 1, along with some other surprises. And that's just the beginning. So then you can learn about the evolution of Warzone with Season 1 of Cold War. So then people are asking when you can preload the game, if you've pre-ordered it digitally. So they've given some dates here, and then next gen consoles, which is obviously respective of their launch dates. And then they go on to say they have a zero tolerance policy for cheating, and it's taken seriously. So if you do see anyone cheating, please do report them, for example. We'll be able to see our network ping details in settings. Yes, you will. What's the design philosophy behind the revamped score streak system? We've reworked the score streak system to incentivize a greater range of playstyles in Cold War. This means players will keep their score after death and earn the rates, and the earn rates on score streaks have been tuned using data from the alpha and beta to maximize fun and minimize score streak spam. As you've seen above, we've recently adjusted the costs, earn rates and streak bonuses to ensure that players are rewarded for both playing the objective and racking up multiple kills in the same life. Cooldown rates have also been tweaked to further balance the system and keep spamming to a minimum. Of course, we'll continue to tune the system for best possible for the best experience post-launch. Can we start prestige levels at launch? So again, we covered this in the last video, but yes, you'll be able to level up through military ranks 1 to 55, then earn up to 3 prestiges by reaching season level 100 during the pre-season period between launch and December the 10th when season 1 comes out. And there's a link there if you want to have a look at that. And then here we are. So we're on zombies, ladies and gentlemen. We are on probably I'm looking forward to zombies the most. I know the embargo for gameplay finished today, so there is currently Cold War Zombies up on YouTube, which I'm not watching, obviously not to spoil it for my 12-hour stream tomorrow. So, will the main Easter egg quest be enabled in Zombies at the same time? Yes, it's going to be enabled simultaneously on the global release date on the 13th. So everyone can start the hunt on equal footing. Will weapon inspect be supported in Zombies? Yes, it will. It's in both multiplayer and Zombies. Can you use the ping system in Zombies? Yes, you can. Is the Zombies HUD customizable? Yes, it is. You'll be able to toggle several HUD visuals on and off in settings, including zombie health, bars, enemy names, hit marker visuals, crosshair visuals, floating damage numbers, friendly player names, and more. Will we be able to unlock zombies prestige icons at the prestige shop starting in Season 1? So you can unlock legacy prestige icons for previous games, including icons from zombies and even Blackout. Once you unlock the prestige shop after you earn your first prestige key starting in Season 1, learn more about prestige keys in the prestige shop here. Is there a physical collector's edition of the game? So the Ultimate Edition is the premium edition, which you can pre-order there. But that is it. That is it from the post here. And I am unbelievably stoked for this game. This game is we're gonna be making big money moves, ladies and gentlemen, on Twitch and on YouTube. And again, we are gonna continue to upload content daily. And during that 12-hour stream, I'm gonna get footage of the whole kind for here on YouTube as well. So if you haven't subscribed, please do. Turn on those notifications. You'll get a notification at least every day, if not more. And again, check out Twitch in the link in the description if you're wanting to come and hang out with us. But I will be posting a notification and a short video tomorrow saying that I am live when I am. But yeah, with that all being said, guys, thank you all for watching. I hope to see you all in the next one and in the 12-hour stream tomorrow. Take it easy. I love you all. Stay safe out there. Let's get this bread.